Incoming! I don't think anyone realizes how efficient Justin Herbert was last year on that field. A lot of people saw his numbers go down in totals, but you don't see how well he's operating as a quarterback in the NFL. He is becoming that next level brainiac quarterback with the crazy talent in the right shoulder and in the legs. He can make people miss like anyone else. And I was on the Bolt Bros podcast, my next stop in the Free Agent podcast tour. We've been a reoccurring guest on the Bolt Bros podcast. You've probably seen a few clips on the channel, but if you haven't, this is a podcast where I am going to multiple podcasts, small, large, medium, and in between, and bringing the best clips back to the NFLMike channel. This is completely separate from the NFLMike's Corner podcast that you guys see often upload. I think we're on episode 10 here on the channel. This is different from my solo rants that I go on the channel. This is different from the vlogs. This is different from everything else. It's like a tour of random NFL fans. And you could invite me on too. My Instagram DMs are open. Anyways, enjoy the clip, our conversations, and our expectation for Justin Herbert this season.
I think he's a top 5 QB. A lot of people have him at 8 or so. I think that's incorrect. I think 5 is a way to go. So anyway, just your thoughts on Jay Herbo. And what kind of season he's going to have? Oh, is it Mark Sanchez? I couldn't remember who it was. Is it Mark Sanchez beef? Let me know.
Makes sense. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to hate on Herbert. The dude is just super, super duper ridiculously efficient at this point.
Right.
I mean, maybe the most efficient quarterback in the league at this point. I mean, who is more efficient? Last year was Aaron Rodgers' level of efficiency, and no one's talking about it. Hall of Fame level numbers. We're talking about Peyton Manning level efficiency, and it was year 1 in his 3rd offense in 4 years.
Yeah.
I mean, going into year 2, obviously you're going to expect him to know the offense better. We saw in the pressures, they were already saying that Herbert can run the offensive practice at this point. They don't even need a coaching staff. So that's full Peyton Manning, Tom Brady type stuff right there. I'm super pumped to see the numbers he puts up because, like I said, everyone's talking about his numbers dipping to Aaron Rodgers efficiency level numbers. But no one's talking about what the potential is for year 2. I think that it may be a similar total stat line with a little bit more yards, with bigger play, better wide receivers, a little bit more yards with a better rushing attack behind him. But it's not going to be ridiculously high. We're not going to see him go for no 50 touchdown season just because of the style of offense that we play. You're going to see Herbert just do this year after year, where it's 25, 4 interceptions, 30, 3 interceptions, 35, 7 interceptions, and that's just insane. That's how you win in the league. I don't care. I'm sorry, Philip. I love your attitude. I want to just throw it up until, the last second strike 0, but I'd rather be up by 10 points by then.
Yeah. 100%. And
we're going to run the ball too, like you said.
That's the big thing, is that the Chargers rushing attack last year was massively overrated. People are talking about us like we had a top 10, top 15. I think we had like a 20 or 21st ranked off our rushing attack. It wasn't that great. It's going to take a leap.
Yeah, we'll be top 10 in rushing, in my opinion, for sure.
Yeah, definitely this year, for sure. And I think that the big contribution to his efficiency comes from the fact that Greg Roman doesn't like to throw the ball that often, and so he's going to be rushing a lot more too. So unfortunately, that's the downside of all this stuff too. Just to say is that because we all love to see Justin Herbert throwing those balls out, and we're not going to see too much of that. I mean, yes, we're going to see those deep bombs. Let me correct it. H bombs. But
I think said deep moms.
Oh well, that too.
It's Father's Day. Deep moms.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of
deep moms. Oh, deep moms. Got it. Okay.
No. There's a lot of deep moms right now. I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, what I'm saying is that
it's going left.
Oh, yeah, of course. We're always in left field here. Anyways, but yeah, I'm saying is that unfortunately, we're not going to see the Joe Lombardi type of offense with Justin Herbert again for a long time. Where he just throws the ball as much as possible. But that's good.
What's crazy is sorry to cut you off. We saw Herbert hit the max of that offense.
Right.
Yep.
Right, and we still weren't a Super Bowl contender, and that's the exact offense Bo Nix is trying to make run to the max.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
So have fun.
Yeah. Have fun with it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and again, you have to be successful on both sides of the ball. The good news is we now have a good defense, and Jesse Minter, and it's great. We have the same defensive scheme, same offensive scheme. Again, the cool thing is we're gonna have Harbaugh for years to come, right? I fully expect he'll be head coach into his 70s at this point. And
let's go.
I don't think he ever wants to leave, So
good.
I think he wants one thing, and that might be it. But we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's a lot to be said about that as well, too. But again, Herbert, man, he's just look, I think this is his year. He finally has a team around him. No more excuses at this point, too. So, like Acho always, trolls on him. Oh, he can't win the game or whatever. Look, I do really think that there is something to be said about a team around a player. And I think that's really what he has missed. Look at what he's done when he had Williams and Allen and like a really crappy offensive line, but those guys got open. I think our rookies this year, and we're going to have way more targets this year than we've even had at all for Herbert. So sky's the limit. No more excuses. I think it's going to be great. Again, healthy Herbert equals MVP. I 100% agree with that as well, too. So
and Acho's an absolute idiot. He's a dumbass. This is why he's not playing in the league still. This dude's like 28. He ain't old.
Yeah.
This is why this guy's not playing in the league still, because he's an absolute idiot. I mean, what does he want him to prove? Herbert has better numbers than Joe Burrow. He has the same win percentage as Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow doesn't have anything left to prove.
Yeah.
What does he have left to prove? Are you talking about the Super Bowl run? All Herbert has to do is win in the playoffs. The 2 times he's been to the playoffs has been circumstantially catastrophic failures. I mean, like, we haven't even given him a chance to win in the playoffs. That's all that's left to do. No quarterback other than Patrick Mahomes has won in the playoffs, guys. So I don't even know what there is left to prove. Joe Burrow's run to the Super Bowl was clutch, sure, but it was just as much freaking lucky if you go and watch all those playoff games.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Absolutely.
Well said, man. And look, I just think it's exciting.
I hate it, dude. I hate it. He's a top 5 quarterback. He's already established himself, and they act like he has to like go out and have a 5,040 touchdown season. Wait, he already did that. What are we talking about?
Yep. Right. Yep. He's already there. And guys, there's a lot of players. He's got a lot of weapons this year too. And it's a tight race. These wide receiver guys, is Brendan Rice going to even make the team? Right. Darius Davis, like what's going to happen with Jerry Davis? I mean, look, I'm telling you, you're going to see some interesting cuts this year. We're that deep that you're going to see some really interesting decisions. Someone made a comment that we haven't had any signings since the draft as well too. And I think the team is pretty well set, guys. There's a lot of freaking depth here, dude.
Well, so I've got some new. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and act like Keenan Allen shouldn't be signed to a team. He should be signed to a team in the NFL somewhere.
Yeah, he absolutely should be. Yeah, and I would
Darius
hope that
Davis and Brandon Rice. Darius Davis and Brandon Rice are not making the roster. They're not.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, it would be.
We're going to the Super Bowl. We're going for the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it. Keenan Allen's going to sign right before training camp. I'm just saying it. It's going to happen.
I agree with that too. It would be interesting to see if we did sign him. If we signed him, who would we let go?
So everyone's saying like, who we let go? All this stuff. They're going to let someone go. Sorry. It's just going to happen. I mean, we're good at receiver, but I feel like we're still one injury away from not being good at receiver again. I feel so confident in it. I don't care who tells me no. Even if Jim Harbaugh himself tells me no, I'm probably still going to think that he's going to sign with the Chargers until he signs with the Rams or signs with the Steelers or signs with someone else.
Oh, don't sign with the Rams. Come on, dude.
It feels like Keenan wants to be here too. So he's probably going to be like, hey guys, I'll almost do this for free. You guys know that you're not going to make it through the whole season with Mike out there. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, one guy that is always in the limelight is Quentin Johnston. And,
for good or bad.
Yeah, for good or bad, guys. I'll say this. He has looked very good. A lot of people have really liked what he's done in the offseason. Again, he's coming back and looking sharp. Apparently, he had a couple drops, but apparently he's made some really good plays as well, too. So we'll see. I mean, look, he has put in a lot of work. Everything I read on his offseason, he was in every camp, every place he could possibly get to get better. So we'll see. Now, here's my conspiracy theory, and I'll pass to you guys and also in the chat. Do you think we're hyping him up right now just so we can try and trade him off somewhere, right? And get some sort of trade bait, right? Oh, Quentin looks amazing again. And he had a good season. 8 touchdowns, not terrible. But, we'll see. What do you guys think about that as well, too? And guys, in the chat, what do you guys think as well? Is he trade bait? Is he not trade bait? What's your thoughts?
I don't think so. I think they're going to keep him. I do. Like I said, even in the situation that they signed Keenan Allen, we're not going for the AFC West. We're not going for a first round exit. We're not going for the second round. We're going for a Super Bowl, and we're going to have injuries, and we're going to need guys. And Quentin Johnston's role on this team, love it or hate it, is there. It's going to be there. I think that there could be a trade, but that situation would be like, oh my God, KLS is a starter. Like, what are we going to do at this point? He's now our fifth receiver. We got to get this guy on the field. Maybe they trade Quentin Johnston in a situation like that where he can fill that X receiver role in events that we don't have Mike. What I love about having Mike is like this kind of stuff is where Quentin Johnston struggled. And we see this photo, him doing exactly what he struggles at.
Yeah.
We're not going to need him to do as much of this year if Mike can stay healthy. Yep. So I think you're going to see Quentin Johnston have the same year he had last year, but without the embarrassing moments, hopefully.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think
that Raiders game, man, that Raiders game was like, and you know what's funny is earlier in the season, they had beef with the Raiders late in that game, and QJ got in a fight with their DBs, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
And then he comes out and drops 200 yards in their head in a game that doesn't matter late in the season, pretty much. Like, if we could get that QJ out, whatever that pissed off version of him was every week, sign me up. I'm here.
He has all the talent, guys. He has all the talent.
Mm-hmm. And he's got a good size too, you know, but, and I'll just say this though. I'll just say this though too, Andy, I think you're really on to something here because I think they could be hyping him up to get the phone call, you know, to get potential trade offers for him. Do they really want to trade him? Not necessarily, but because he's on a cheap rookie contract, that's why they'll probably keep him, you know, because he has improved significantly from the first year to the second year, and now going on to this next year. So like we should be hopefully see better results out of him, you know, specifically because I think they're not going to use him the way that they have in the past. And that's why I think that they probably do want to keep him, but they're just going to use him differently than they have previously.
And Beef Tallow brings up a good point. QJ Reagor. Apparently, our coaching staff loves Jalen Reagor as well. They seem to absolutely love him. Man.
I don't know why.
I love Darius Davis. I love him, dude. I don't want to see him play for another team. I don't, but he's gonna get. He's gonna be on another team.
It's so. There's a lot to be said about this. And again, this is where it's going to be hard to determine what you have. Now again, minicamp is over. They had rookies. Actually, the rookies still stick around though, right? They're still supposed to be at the facilities this entire time.
There is actually like a few more days of some OTAs that happen like right now. But yeah, mandatory minicamp is over, but I think there is a voluntary camp OTA or something like that, like for the last but then after that there's a massive break.
Yeah, massive break. Yeah, okay. So I think this is also when the coaching staff sits back and says, okay, what do we really have? What do we feel comfortable with?
Bill Flames, I went Mike on the mic. What's something brand new, one time for your mind? He gave you fair warning. Now it's time to smack him in the mouth with that raw sports talk from the town. Sweet chin music to your favorite sportscaster.